Hey guys, it's Jessica and this is Beauty Lit. It's my new channel. I used to make videos on a channel called Jessie May, and I did a lot of actually, kind of like 60 or so videos, and I did natural hair and I did college advice and all kinds of stuff. And now that I made this channel, it's been going okay, and I just kind of realized I kind of rushed into it without really introducing myself or talking about me or what I do and what I like and stuff like that. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about, I'm not sure, how about I talk about my major and how I came to it. Yeah, I'll do that one. Okay. So, right now I'm a junior and I'm going into my second semester of my junior year. So that means I'll be graduating May 2013. So, okay. In high school, I did creative writing a lot and I really loved it. But at the same time, I really like science. Science was my favorite. I like biology and I liked I didn't like chemistry, but I really liked anatomy, and I was like, I love babies. I want to be an obstetrician. I want to be a doctor, and that's what I really wanted, and that's what I was going to school for. Or my plan, like that's probably my junior year of high school. I want to do that. So I was going down that road, and then when I finally started learning about colleges and stuff in junior year and senior year, in like the summer before, I started looking at it and I realized how much work it was to be a doctor, which sounds really bad, but it's, you know, it's not for everybody. Not everybody can be a doctor, and that's something I had to realize. And I ended up going to school, looking up schools for journalism because I really liked writing, and I was like, okay, so creative writing, you really, oh, my phone went off. Creative writing, you really like, there's not that much like guaranteed jobs or whatever for a journalist. I mean, for like a creative writer, novelist, whatever. So I was like, I want to write, but I don't know if creative writing will actually turn into anything for me. So I did journalism. And I went to school my freshman year. It was fall 2009. Oh, 09. Okay, so I went to school, and I went to school out of state. I go to school 3 hours away from where I live. I'm at home right now. But I go to school 3 hours away from where I live, and I was scared and I was alone, and nobody from my high school went to my college, so I was all alone, blah, blah, blah. So I was there, went to class, went to journalism class. First day I was all excited. Well, first of all, my first day, my first day I ended up getting glass in my foot, which was really painful, and I just have bad luck sometimes. So I went to class and stuff, and throughout the semester I started to see that I really didn't like journalism. Plus, every day they would tell us that journalism is dying. There's no more journalism, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to find a job. So I was like, why am I here? And then I didn't like my class, and it was so many people. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Sometimes you think something's for you, and it's just not for you. So this happened again. First it was medical stuff, and then journalism, and that didn't work. So I was like, okay, I can't do this. I need to switch out to something. So I was like, English, of course, because if you're not doing journalism, you like to write, do English. So I started English my second semester of my first year. I switched majors, and it was no big deal. Like, I wasn't behind or anything. Nothing bad happened. I just switched. So then I took a couple classes, keep taking classes. I enjoy English. I like reading. I'm good at analyzing text. It's not the most exciting major ever, but it worked for me. So I was like, okay. But I still didn't know what I was going to do, like, after graduation or whatever. So I went along. I took a bunch of classes I liked. And I took elective class. I took women's studies. And I really love women's studies. It's so interesting. And then I took black women's studies. And I was taking a lot of classes like that. Like, I'm interested in sociology and feminism and social movements and stuff like that. I like stuff like that. So I found my classes very interesting. And yeah, so I thought about doing a women's studies minor. I wasn't sure. They have a black women's minor at my school. So I thought I might do that. It's not a minor, it's a certificate, which is probably like 4 classes or something like that. So I was thinking about taking that. Wasn't sure, going back and forth. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So then my sophomore year came around, and I still didn't have a career to go towards. I took a couple women's studies classes. I didn't major in anything. I mean, I didn't like take on anything. Took more English classes, and you know, whatever. I took American Lit, Caribbean Lit, which I really liked. I just took Shakespeare, which didn't like that. I took 19th century fiction, you know, just English classes, wrote my papers, whatever. I was just kind of going along with. I didn't really know what I was doing that much. So my second year, my sophomore year, my sister actually graduated, and then okay, so 2009 I started college. Then I went through 2 semesters. At the end of that second semester, my sister graduated her college because she's a couple years older than me. And then she went into education for grad school. And then when I came home for winter break my sophomore year, she was like, education is really good. You know, I like it. So I was like, okay, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could be a teacher. So I declared the double major, and I declared that at the end of my sophomore year. So that's 2 major changes by then. So I started off journalism, then I went to English, and then I went to English and secondary education. So I added that with it. Then in my junior year, which I just started, well, I'm in the middle of right now, I took education classes, and I really liked them. Education is so interesting. I learned about learning styles, and I learned about human development, and I learned about, you know, how to teach and how to relay information to people and lesson plans and all that stuff. So I found it interesting. I think maybe that teaching will be good for me. A lot of people, you know, say that they, like my old friends or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you want to be a teacher. So I guess that's fine. But I guess, I'm sorry. Oh. So I guess like the messages, I don't really know if I'm going to love teaching. I haven't really taught a class yet. I'm not going to know probably until my second or third year teaching if I really like it. And in one point it kind of feels like I'm kind of aimless, like I don't really know where exactly my life is going, but I have a general path. Like I know I'm going to keep pursuing education. I'm going to try it out, give it my all, and see if it's really for me. I don't know if it's going to be for me. If it's not for me, then I don't really know what I'm going to do. But I feel like one thing that college has taught me, especially going far away from home, is that I can, like, I'll be okay. Like, I can go out and do something, and if I don't like it, it's okay to change to something else. It's okay to try something else next. I like the idea that I won't be doing the same thing the rest of my life anyway. So if I teach for a couple years, then I'll do something else for a couple years, and I'll do something else for a couple years. And before I know it, I'm like 80. So that's kind of my philosophy on it, I guess. It's just, you know, pick something. If it interests you, follow it and see where it leads you, because it's going to lead you somewhere else that you never expected in the first place. Because how did I go from obstetrician to 9th grade teacher, hopeful, pre-service teacher, whatever? Like, things don't always follow a set path anyway, and it's more interesting to go on a winding road anyway. So I guess that's what I want to say about that. Yeah. Bye guys, thanks for watching.